Let's just first get a broad overview. Once again, America has been awarded with the great honor of watching more than any other country in the entire world. We basically doubled the watch time of the runner-up, and New York Post said this: despite domestic problems, including soaring inflation and political polarization, America was still the country with the highest daily traffic to, with stressed-out citizens seemingly turning to adult entertainment to forget about their daily dilemmas. The United Kingdom came in second, followed by France, Japan, Mexico, and Italy. Even people that are on the far left, like the radical fascists, agree that was incredibly dangerous, especially to women. Michael Knowles did a debate recently with somebody who is pro-abortion, and that was the one place where they found common ground. They agreed that is ruining this country, especially for women, because of the way that men view women, because of the way that women are treated.
Sweetie, stop. The vast majority of men treat women according to the women's own behavior. And while it is true that some women end up in that industry as a result of criminal activity, the majority of women in that industry are willing participants because they make a lot of money from it. Seriously, we live in the age of that website that starts with only, which has essentially cut out the middleman, and it's easier than ever to make money off of your box. So if women in that industry treat themselves like proper garden tools, how do you expect men to treat them?
Today, we're going to talk about how to use a hoe.
We tried hoes like this, which were pretty useless.
But you know what? One U.S. senator agrees with you.
As we said, Josh Hawley represents Missouri in the U.S. Senate, and he joins us tonight to explain his speech. Senator, thanks so much for coming on. So tell us why, you're a U.S. senator. You help negotiate trade deals, but you mentioned human relationships. Why?
Well, somebody's got to be honest and tell the truth to these young men. And the truth is what the industry is selling them is a total lie. And the truth is American society needs them. We need them to step up. We need them to go get married and have families and be responsible husbands and fathers. This society is impoverished because too many young men are too despairing or too checked out on social media or to be doing what we need them to do as a country. It's time to call people, to call young people in particular and young men to be something more. And Tucker, they want to be called to it. They don't want to be sold the bill of goods anymore. Somebody needs to tell them the truth.
No, I think that's exactly right. But you're one of the very few people who said anything like this, certainly one of the very few elected officials, because it's considered really embarrassing to notice this is happening. Why don't more people say it? It seems like it's transformed our society completely.
Yeah, well, I think that's because the liberal culture, what the message to young people is, the most you can aspire to in life is to be a consumer who sits in a cubicle in front of a computer all day and doesn't ask any questions and doesn't do anything meaningful with your life. And what we need to say to young men and young women, too, is just the opposite. Aspire to be something more than a consumer. And for young men, aspire to be something more than a consumer. Aspire to actually create something in your life, like create a family, for instance. That is the single greatest act of rebellion, if you like, against the liberal culture that is suppressing people's desires, that is suppressing their potential, is to go out and actually engage in real relationships, get married, have a family, have kids, have your own ideas, and be a responsible member of society. I mean, this is what people are built to do. And again, it's what young people want to do. They want to be challenged in this way.
You know, I'd like to assume that Senator Hawley has good intentions. But when he's telling American men to quit watching Internet Box and go get married, well, this is what a lot of marriages look like nowadays. So, you work your ass off every day for the privilege of having your wife and daughter make fun of you on TikTok for funding their entire existence.
Man, that's messed up.
But after marriage, inevitably comes divorce, and it looks something like this.
What do you do for a living?
I don't work. I take care of our kid.
So you're a stay-at-home mom?
Mm-hmm.
And she's 11?
He is.
He is 11?
Uh-huh.
He goes to school?
He does.
So what do you do during the day?
Nothing.
You don't want to work?
No.
So you're just living off of his child support?
I am. And we live with our mother.
And you're proud of that?
Well, we were living with him, and I was a stay-at-home mom. He made the income.
Okay.
But
you can work now, right?
I can, but.
So it's no but you can go get a job, right?
I could, but I'm not going to.
Well now, the laws in America allow an able-bodied woman to refuse getting a job and live off of child support, which begs the question, why did she get custody since she obviously can't support a child. That's something Senator Hawley might want to look into since his job is, legislating. But that's not the worst outcome. The worst outcome looks something like this. Your wife lies about you to the cops, so they put you in jail without evidence for 24 hours. While you're in jail, the lie gets blasted on social media and you get suspended from your job until the case is resolved, which could be a year or more before you even get a court date. So, because a woman lied, you can't go home because there's an ongoing case against you. You can't work to support yourself, which also means you cannot afford legal counsel. Basically, your entire life turned to dust in less than 24 hours just because a woman lied. And the next thing you know, you're in a parking lot at Disney World, ready to press the delete button. This is not a hypothetical scenario. This is the story of Christopher Christensen. Seriously, people, you are at a point in your society where internet box, while still detrimental if you overindulge in it, is objectively safer than engaging with women in real life. So, if Senator Hawley wants American men to step up and get married, he and his colleagues need to fix the laws that give women cash and prizes and destroy men's lives. This is a bigger problem than internet box will ever be.
And that's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so.